Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. We've got your daily reading here for Friday, June the 27th of 2025, and we're also going to look forward into the weekend a little bit here today. So today we do have a lot of very supportive energy in the sky. We do have a little bit of an opposition, though. The moon is in Leo, and there is an opposition to Pluto in Aquarius today. So what does this mean for you? Well, Leo is self, right? Leo is very creative, bold, courageous energy, but Leo is ruled by the sun, right? So it's self. So it can be ego, it can be what I want, my goals, my dreams, my desire to have a little bit of fun or to get something done. And Pluto in Aquarius, it's people, it's power, it can be control. So, there could be a little bit of a situation here where there's something not quite working, right? So, you can have a difference of opinion. You can have some conflicting plans, conflicting desires and needs and wants. It's like the difference between this is what I want and this is what other people want of me, right? So you might have to either, put some ego aside between you and other people and compromise a little bit. That's how we can work through some oppositions. We can leave communication open, and we can really try and look at things from other people's perspective. Because with the moon in Leo, right, this is our subconscious self. So there could be some hidden desires here maybe, or there could be some hidden fears, right? So, fear of being controlled by other people, or there could be like a little bit of a triggering event there for some of you as well. So you could also just be recognizing deep down, right? What am I afraid of? Am I afraid of change? Or is there something that's controlling me? So trying to figure out there how to work through that and how to navigate that. A little bit of a push and pull there, but the rest of the energy throughout the day is actually really quite nice. We've got some trines and things, and so so it's like we may have a little bit of a challenge, but if we work together, if we communicate, we can work through it, right? Clear up any confusion or some doubts, and we can really bring ourselves back to a really positive state. Saturday is fairly quiet in the skies for the most part. We do have a square happening on Saturday, but I feel like you can navigate it. It's just a little bit later in the evening, so just be a little bit aware of that, that you may have some challenges with some money or potentially romantic interest, okay, on that day on Saturday evening. So, so if you're kind of thinking about date night or something like that, then just be aware that there could be some money issues going on, maybe technology there. You just never know. Maybe your bank card doesn't work or something like that, or you can't agree on where to go for dinner or what to do with a significant other there. But on Sunday, we've got a lot going on Sunday. And Sunday, though, is a triggering event there, and there is some really positive energy there that will carry us through for the next couple of days. So right up until about Tuesday, right from Sunday evening to about Tuesday. And so it's really great energy, good opportunities for anything practical, your money, your resources, your household budget, those kind of things, but also for some like maybe love and romance there. So we got some really good opportunities there for new beginnings, for positive changes, and to resolve some issues. Your first card coming out, we've got Six of Pentacles coming out now, if I'm not mistaken. I believe this came out yesterday, didn't it? So we got some good flowy circulatory energy going on, different day, different deck. So it's very interesting. So the Six of Pentacles, if you watched my yesterday's video, you will know that there could be something flowing back to you. There could be some surprise. There could be some help coming your way if you've been struggling or anything like that. But you could also get a good opportunity here today as well. The Six of Pentacles can certainly be some balance and harmony restored somewhere. It can be where you get some help or some resources flowing back to you, but you also might find yourself in a position where you are giving something to other people, help, advice, guidance, support, money, right? But the great thing with the Six of Pentacles in the upright is that whatever you put out, something flows back, usually multiplied, and often it can come in when you least expect it. So you can get a little bit of a surprise there. Sometimes the Six of Pentacles, you can have money flowing to you. And this you're not your like regular paycheck or anything like that. Usually something a little bit extra or something unexpected. Think of if you're, it often does happen to me when I get the Six of Pentacles, I'll find money somewhere that I forgot that I put it. Not that I'm necessarily like, overflowing with an abundance of cash that I'm just throwing around my house. But I do tend to be a little forgetful. So sometimes I'll leave some money in a pocket or something like that. So sometimes if I'm doing laundry, if I remember to pull anything out of my pockets, that's sometimes where I find it, or I'll find a little bit of money in like a little pocket in my purse or something like that I forgot to look in, or I forgot that I put it there. And because sometimes, when I'm out and about, I use all my brain power for my day job and for my readings. And then when I'm out and about, I can be a little bit of a flibberty-gibbet. So I do forget sometimes that I'll maybe tuck something away really safe and too safe because I forget that it's there. So sometimes that's where things come up. Sometimes someone can pay you back some money that maybe they owe you, and it could be unexpected because maybe you wrote it off, right? And you're like, I'll probably never see this again. And then all of a sudden they turn around and they pay you back. So something can be coming to you. It can be a little surprise, but ultimately well received. So this can be fun. But ultimately the Six of Pentacles is a circulatory energy. What goes out flows back to us. So keep that energy flowing, keep that vibe alive, right? It's a great energy to be in. Our blessings headed our way. We've got the King of Cups. Ooh. Now, the King of Cups can certainly be that opportunity that I just spoke about. Love, romance, creative projects, creative endeavors, all that kind of stuff. And so the King of Cups can be your energy where you're feeling creative. Maybe your intuition is just bang on as you go through your day and through your weekend. This is your ability to take the lead, take charge, and be successful and accomplish something, whatever you set out to be. So you might need to take a creative approach. Sometimes we need to take an intellectual approach. Sometimes we need to take a logical approach. But the cup energy is a little bit different, right? It's creative, it's emotional, and it's intuitive, right? So, try and shake things up a little bit. So if you're feeling a little bit stagnant or something, maybe you need to put a creative touch on a final project, as you leave work for the day. And it's like, you're looking at it going, okay, it's not quite right. It's good. It's not quite right. And so you just kind of pretty it up a little bit, that kind of thing. So whatever it happens to be, your energy is wonderful. It's an energy of, I am feeling good, I'm feeling confident, and I'm feeling like I can accomplish anything. The King of Cups can, of course, be another person. There can be love and romance in the air for some of you. This can be spending time with your friends, with your loved ones. There could be a very significant person playing a key role in your day and in your weekend, whether they are near and dear to you, whether you live with them, or whether maybe you even work with them, or it can, again, just be a friend. They're in the upright, they're in your blessings position. So happy, good, wonderful vibes all around. We've got the Emperor here as your challenge. Okay, now, so very interesting because, the Emperor is in the upright, still good energy. Okay, does bring in some Aries energy. So you could potentially be dealing with an Aries person. But what do we have here? We've got fire and water. And remember, I spoke that there is an opposition happening today on Friday, right? So this can be part of the challenge, right? So, is the King of Cups can be that emotional or that gentle, kind, and compassionate, very creative kind of energy. And the Emperor can be a little bit more of a fiery approach. So again, when we have fire and water, we get some steam. Okay. Now we can get steam in the way of an argument, in the way of a little bit of a battle, or we can get steam as some passion. And it's like, we both have differing viewpoints or differing ways of doing things, okay, or a different outlook or perspective on what we need to get done or what we're dealing with here. But because we've got some alchemy going on, right, we can create something better. We can create something different, right? And so we just need to be willing to kind of give and take just a little bit. The Emperor is a card of strategy, a card of authority, taking charge, taking control. Okay. And the King of Cups, don't underestimate the King of Cups though. Okay. You could potentially be dealing with a couple of different people, or one of these energies could be you. And, but don't underestimate the King of Cups. All kings are successful when they are in the upright. Okay. They are leaders. They take charge. It's just the King of Cups takes a little bit of a different approach. Right. It's kind of like that saying where you get more bees with, you get more bees with honey, or you get more bees with flowers than you do with BS, or something like that, right? Whatever that saying goes. I think there's a few different versions, but you know what I mean. So it's like, I'm not gonna lead the horse to the pond, right? By beating it to death or something, right? So anyway, so the King of Cups, it's like kind and gentle approach can sometimes open doors that maybe a more fiery, direct, and assertive or aggressive approach cannot. So there could be some energies within you. The opposition can be within you. It doesn't have to be with another person necessarily, right? It can be this push and pull and tug within you, within your heart, right? And it's like, when do I need to be aggressive right now? Do I need to be really assertive right now? Do I need to take back some control, some power right now? Or is there a better way? And the King of Cups here in your blessings energy shows that there could certainly be a better way, right? So, believe in yourself, take charge, be confident. Okay, grab the bull by the horns, so to speak, but you can do so in a way that doesn't come across as confrontational. All right. But the Emperor, even though it is a challenge energy, the Emperor is success. All four kings rolled into one. It can be big boss energy. And because we do have the Six of Pentacles here, which can be a merchant card, right? We've got, a boss up there, or a merchant up there, paying people or lending people something, giving someone charity, hiring employees, and paying them, that kind of thing. So you could have some issues with your boss, right? Maybe you're recognizing the need that, we have to hire somebody. There's a lot of work that's going around, and, we're busy, and, we don't want to necessarily use all of our brain power and all of our time and energy for doing those little mundane tasks that we can hire someone to do, where, we need to put our energy and our focus in our business where it really matters, expanding our business, getting new clients, that kind of thing. And someone else can answer the phone calls and do the bookkeeping and, that kind of stuff. So you could have a little bit of, you may not necessarily be seeing eye to eye with your boss, or someone maybe in a little higher position of authority than you are. And so, but with the King of Cups energy here, by, really speaking from the heart, okay, or taking a different approach at the conversation, your ability to get someone to understand where you're coming from is actually really quite powerful. All right. But even though the Emperor is in your challenge position, you can still overcome it. Okay. It is still a positive card. It's still in the upright. So it can be delays. It can be still a bit of a challenge. It can be communication issues, right? Whatever it happens to be. Maybe you're trying to get a meeting with your boss and you got to wait, and you're like, oh, I wanted to get this done at 9. I don't want to wait till 3. It can be your boss, giving you that meeting that you want, but it's like 3:00 in the afternoon on your Friday. And you're like, oh, who does meetings at this time of day, right? So, but it can certainly be something where something can work out in the end. Ace of Wands is your advice from Spirit. Take a different approach, take a new approach, look at something from a new angle or a new perspective. So the Ace of Wands can certainly be some wonderful energy. We do have the Strength card at the back of the deck. And where is the moon today for the next couple of days? In Leo. What is the Strength card? Leo energy. Who rules that? The sun. And this can certainly bring clarity. But the Strength card here is, strong and courageous and powerful, but also discerning, right? So we need to recognize, we need to practice a little bit of discernment. When do I need to be assertive, maybe a little bit more aggressive or bold in my approach, but where do I need to take a little bit more time? Where do I need to be a little bit gentler in my approach to get what I want, or to get some things done? And so again, like I said, you could also have a little bit of a challenge with someone in your life where you're really at an impasse, you're not seeing eye to eye, but there is new energy. And your advice from Spirit here with that Ace of Wands is try something new, right? New opportunities, new ways to communicate, or get creative, right? The Ace of Wands brings in new sources or new inspiration, new creative insights, right? That kind of thing. And so sometimes when we do something a little differently or we do something new, that's where all the magic happens. Okay. So, but if you are at an impasse with something, there could certainly be a new opportunity here for growth, for career advancement, for a relationship to go to the next level, that kind of thing. All your cards are coming out in the upright, and I do have quite a few reversals in this particular deck. So, they're all in the upright, so we can carry this vibe through as we work through our days, as we work through our weekends, and as we deal with people, right? Look at something new. Open your eyes, open your mind, and you just never know what you might find and how you might be able to resolve something. But also, step out of your comfort zone a little bit here. Sometimes we're faced with challenges in our day, and sometimes the challenges seem impossible, but it's because we maybe are just doing the same thing over and over again. So try something new, get out of your comfort zone a little bit, and maybe have some fun as well, right? Because the Strength card, Leo energy, Leo energy is all about fun and creativity and getting outside and having, doing something fulfilling, right? And so, everything, we do have serious things that do go on, and we do need to, focus on our money, our relationships, and that kind of stuff, but we need to leave a little bit of room for some fun as well. Okay, so remember, sometimes if we're at an impasse with somebody, by the way, put it aside, right? Put our differences aside. Say, you know what? I think we need to leave this conversation alone for now. Let's go do something different, and then let's come back to it tomorrow. And sometimes that's where you do get a fresh perspective, and that's where we can work together because we've slept on it. We've walked away from it in the heat of passion, and then we come back when cooler heads shall prevail. Anyways, I'm going to leave all that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. So please do like, share, subscribe. I thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.